Hi, everyone. Today, I have, this is one of the first interviews that I am doing with my clients. And the intent of this interview is to bring some amazing stories to you, to help you see how easy it is to become a champion at networking. And today I have Sunita Biddu with me, who's such an amazing case of transformation in the world of networking. I'm just so proud. I'm just so proud of what she's been able to do. But before we get down to talking to Sunita, I want to introduce Sunita to you. So Sunita Biddu is a social media and a personal branding coach. Okay, she works with business owners, entrepreneurs, and helps them use social media the right way to generate leads, opportunities, revenue for businesses. She's been in the business for over 12 years, and one of her case studies, most recent case study, goes like this: that there was a hotel that she was advising, consulting with. Their website was not generating any business opportunity for them. And within 2 months of the hotel working with Sunita, they were able to generate more than $5,000 business each month. So she's that good. Okay. Now, that's for the introduction. Now, let's come to the networking introduction of Sunita, and that's where things get real interesting. There was a point in time that Sunita would go to a networking event, not meet with anyone, and come back. And today, fast forward to today, this is not very long ago, by the way, and fast forward to today, she is the kind of person who's invited at different places to not only give talks and lectures on social media and branding, but also on networking. And on that, Sunita, I want to start the conversation by asking, how were the things before? Before this transformation, how were the things?
The first thing that I would say, Paritosh, is that was a kind introduction. It was good, so I felt good about myself.
Yeah.
Things, when it comes to things before using networking for my business, I would say I was not willing to meet people at all, actually. The willingness was missing completely. Forget how it can be used for business, that was a far off story. The willingness itself was missing.
Okay.
So that is one prominent thing that I can recall. And yes, the second challenge I had, I didn't know how to initiate talks, how to be comfortable actually in talking, and how to be there and still leave an impact. So knowing we can actually leave an impact, whether networking can help in business. So I knew that, okay, it's fine to build relationship, but yes, networking can do this much. I had no clue.
Okay. So you said the willingness to meet people was missing. Okay. Despite of this willingness missing, you did invest on becoming more adept on networking. How did that happen? If the willing was missing, what drove you to start this journey that has led you to where you are today?
Well, interesting question. I'm not sure whether we have discussed this before, but yeah, this is a good question that I can tell now. One of my customers, who is a good friend as well, once he asked me, so Sunita, you're doing quite well in international market. You're known, and your strategies are very powerful. What you are doing for India? What are you doing in India? And actually, that was first ever instance. That was first ever a question when I thought, actually, I'm not doing anything in my own domestic market.
Yeah.
I said, okay, that was kind of a revelation for me. And that was one question which made me think, what can I do? When I thought about it, what can I do? I had no clue. Actually, okay, this is something I can definitely help my own market to use social media better, to use internet marketing better to develop their own business. But I had no clue how to get into the domestic market.
Okay.
And then I realized, okay, there are some business networks, people meet, people get together, they talk, they refer. So there were things. That was one point. It was a slight clue that there are few things like this. But how it happens, where it happens, when it happens, how to make it happen for us.
Yeah.
So that was actually
okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people have this challenge, Sunita, that they want to understand. They actually want to network, but they don't really know where to take the first step, at which direction to go into. Thank you for sharing that. Now I want to ask you this. Looking at how things were before and how they are today, okay, from being, and let me just say, somebody who couldn't network at one point in time to being somebody that I would call a master networker, what have been the learnings in the journey? What were the key things that you learned that brought about, again, I'm using this word, transformation?
One of the learnings was to take a step from interest to intent, Paritosh. Because yes, I was interested in knowing more about it, but it was the intent of learning and implementing that actually worked. Only interest doesn't help.
Okay.
So I had to keep that intent to make it work for me. That was the key learning. Second key learning was that intent made me to take a step forward and actually meet you, listen to you, and invest in myself.
Yeah.
And third was people help actually. It's just we don't ask.
Yeah.
So they do help. They are there to help us. They are waiting for us to ask, and they are ready to help. So that was another key learning. I was always hesitant, and I would even not hesitate to say that sometimes an ego comes. Should I really ask for help? I think I'm good on my own, but I shouldn't. I just don't need help.
Yeah.
But if we realize if we want to go far, we actually need help. And if we drop that ego, I think we won't just go far, we'll fly far. So these are the key learnings that were there, which made the transformation happen.
Very nice. Very nice. I want to delve a little deeper into this. In terms of skill, the challenges that you had that stopped you from reaching out earlier, when you used to go to events and not talk to people, and now you're able to talk to people very well. How has that change come? Why are you able to so easily make connections, talk to people, build long-term relationships? What's that change?
Paritosh, excuse me. I think I can't hear you properly, actually. Your voice is not coming to me.
I'm going to say it
Can you
again.
speak a bit louder?
Mic test 1, 2, 3.
A bit louder. I think there is some problem with the microphone over there. I could hear you proper loud, but right now it is.
Give me a second. Let me try connecting my external mic. 1 second. Is it any better now?
Oh, yes, it is actually very good now.
1 second. Then I'll have to put my headphones on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and you look handsome as well now.
Thank you for that. So the question that I was asking you was this. At one point in time, you weren't able to talk to people at events. And today you're able to not only talk to people very well, but you're able to build very strong relationships and long-term relationships. What learning has brought about this change?
I would say I would give credit to consistent push. I had to push myself.
Good.
Every single time there was resistance.
Yeah.
Even today there is resistance whenever I'm invited, because this is in me. I'm actually naturally an introvert person. So even day that resistance is there, but I have to dominate that resistance with that push I have to give,
Yeah.
and then I win.
All
That
right.
consistent push is always required.
Consistency, right? Everywhere.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you. Okay. Now, what are the most exciting questions I have for you today? What kind of success stories from networking have you been able to create for yourself?
Oh, you would love to hear this. Actually, I'm creating success stories every day, in every meeting, in every event.
Yeah.
So
Share a few.
every event is actually a success story. It's like last night only I was invited at a very close, exclusive house party. It was more of the last party of the year. It was a girl hang. I knew only two of the um, our party mates there, and rest all 6, 7 people they didn't know me, and three of them we were meeting each other, we were introducing each other. One of the hosts, they actually said, okay, she's Sunita. Oh, she is Sunita Biddu. I said, okay, yeah. So it felt nice. And then another second person, he said, oh, we know you.
Yeah.
So I haven't met, but yeah, I would say it is definitely partially my online presence. It's very strong, but yeah, it's my offline social reputation as well, because I have been at events.
Yeah.
People have been talking about me, and this combination actually helps.
Okay.
Now this has helped me create a kind of social reputation, and from this event, the small meeting itself, I have received 2 inquiries which are close to conversion. So when I talk about success story, I don't have to negotiate really. It just it just works like that. So it is the offline social reputation that is working for me, and
Very
people
nice.
know that I'm known. I feel good when people say that I'm a mini celebrity. So it's a
You
good
certainly
label.
are. Yes.
Yeah, and they find me uh, an open person. It's just me, and now everybody knows. Come on, Paritosh, I'm on video. I'm actually on video.
It's okay. It's okay. See, other people need to know this. Okay, it's possible. So you're doing it for the larger interest. Okay. Let me make it easy on you. I know it's not easy for you to keep praising yourself, so I'll come to this. I once asked you, and this was, I think, a year and a half back. I'd asked you when I was taking feedback that what percentage of business growth have you been able to bring for yourself because of networking strategically? And you'd given me a number. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So is it still the same number? Has it changed, gone up, gone down? Okay.
It's
So as of
more.
today,
This 2016, I would say, uh, over 70 to 80% of my business actually has come from offline networking. So
wow.
online, it's there.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. It's coming.
Yeah.
But my offline networking efforts has actually delivered far more than I expected, and I'm just surprised that if I make more efforts, it will be far more.
Brilliant. That's significant. We're talking about what, under 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, under 2 years, that amount of business growth. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay. Last question for you today. What advice would you want to give to those who are watching this in the area of networking, obviously?
Good question. So advice will be not to underestimate networking, one. Number two, it doesn't come easy. It requires you, and sooner you realize that you need it, the sooner you realize that you can't do it alone, take help. Don't hesitate to take help. And number three, it takes long to bring the kind of results we visualize. So sooner we begin, better it is for us. If we want networking to work for us, say next year, I think we should start far ahead. I mean, we should start right now. So it's not let's start thinking about networking this year. I would say let's start thinking about networking right now, this moment itself. So we need to believe in the now moment actually for anything to work. And networking is that one. It is the ingredient. It is one of the core business ingredient.
Brilliant.
Being an online person, actually, I'm saying that it is definite.
Yeah.
We can't really avoid offline.
Yeah, that's music to my ears. Brilliant. Right, Sunita. So thank you so much for your time today. I just want to say this, I'm extremely proud of what A, you've been able to do, and B, what you are going to be able to do with the skill that you've developed. And I am even more so proud that you're spreading the word, you're spreading the message, you're helping other people become better at this game of networking. So thank you so much for that. Right?
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine, Paritosh. Take care.
Thank you for your time. All right. Bye-bye. See ya.